Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing, show you how to set up for the first time, and a first cleaning, kind of a first look on the Roborock Q5 Pro. This does retail for about $300. It is on sale for $240. I bought this with my own money and I wasn't paid for this video. Now this is part of their older lineup. They do have a new lineup, the Q10 series that I've just been starting to get. And they've got this new Q7 series and Q10 series, so I will be comparing it. These are the latest models. This is a kind of older model, so it may go on a pretty good discount. I will put a description or a link to it in my description. If you purchase it using my link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do these honest reviews. I also will have a list of my top recommendations. Right now, the Mova S10 Plus, the Roborock Q10 S5 Plus are awesome robots. So let's get started. So here's everything that comes in the box. I do like that this robot has LIDAR navigation. We do have a mop pad. These are for the mop pad, which I'll show you, because this mop pad, you're going to fill it up, this adapter here. You're going to put water in here. There's no water pump. It's just gravity feeds into that mop pad. Here's the docking station. We do have this little piece of plastic you can put on so that if the mop pad's wet, it's not going to get your floor wet. We got a plug in. We're going to plug the docking station in. This is going to charge it only. You're going to have to empty out the base station or the robot. There's a dustbin. So the robot's going to go around, vacuum your house and mop. When you're done, you're going to have to take this over to your trash can and empty it. Now, it doesn't really open up. You're going to dump it out here, or you take the filter off and then you empty everything out. It doesn't really open up any other way. You will have to clean it. This is a reusable filter. You will have to clean it every couple weeks. It is reusable. You just wash it with water and then reinstall it. And then simply just push this back on. There is a little bit of a sensor on the front. I think that's mainly to help it dock. It doesn't have hardly any obstacle avoidance low to the ground, but if it activates the bumper, it will turn around and go the other way. Now, if it's tall enough for the LIDAR to hit, then the spinning LIDAR will detect it and it'll turn it away. This does, since it has LIDAR, it maps your house, and after it maps your house, it's going to clean your carpet or your floors in straight lines. It's not going to bounce off the walls to change directions. It knows where it's at and it'll go in straight lines. So let's take a little bit quicker look. It doesn't hold a whole lot of water. Put the water in there. You're going to have to clean this yourself, but it's just held on with Velcro. So these are like little wicks, and you're going to fill that up, and then it's just going to wick through and wet the mop pad. But before you mop, you're going to wet this yourself and then put it on. Now I do have there's a little switch here. It allows, that's more water through the holes. That's less water through the holes. And you will have to change these wicks once in a while. And that's what these are, just replacement wicks. They're all four the same size. And again, this just slides off. You can put this in your laundry because it's going to capture the dirt and the mud. And then you got to put, after it's clean, you're going to put it back on. Just slide it in this little track. It does slide on really easy. And again, anytime you mop, you're going to want to pre-wet this so that it's ready to go. And then with that in mind, you will want to, after you're done mopping, you'll want to take this off because that does continue to get the mop pad wet if you let the robot sit here. So what you're going to do is the mop pad just simply slides on. There. Now the robot cannot lift the mop pad up or down. It just simply drags it on the floor. That's how it mops. It doesn't push it down. It doesn't lift it up for when it senses carpet or anything. And you take it off, you just press these two buttons and you put it on like that. Now let's flip it over. It does not have a carpet sensor. These are for charging. This wheel just spins free. These are fall off detectors so it doesn't fall down your stairs. They're cliff sensors. You will have to keep those clean. This is a side brush. It comes already installed. It just spins. It doesn't move it out or anything. It does have the dual roller system. Here's your drive wheels. And again, there's when the mop pad's installed. And again, it doesn't lift it up and down. It simply just rests right here. Okay, let's take a look at those dual rollers. So here they are. They're easy to take on and off. You will, or long hairs will get wrapped around the edge there, but you can pull that off so that it's easy cleaning. So it doesn't necessarily prevent all the long hairs. There's two different gears to put these on. So then slide down, put the front in, rotate it, clicks into place. This does kind of float up and down. Here's the docking station. It's rated between 100 and 240 volts, 50 or 60 hertz. Power is 28 watts. Okay, we're gonna measure everything. The docking station is roughly about 6 inches by 5 inches in height, about 3 3/4. The robot, let's measure the robot and we'll see how tall it is. So the robot width, 13 3/4. Now height is the tallest point is the LIDAR. It's 3 7/8 inches tall. Okay, the power cord 2-prong. You're gonna plug it in on the side. There is no cord storage. And it's just under 6 feet long. Now I do like that there's physical buttons up here. There's a spot clean. That's also the lock. There's a power button, which is also the start to clean or pause it. And there's a home button. Now you're gonna put this up against the wall. There is a little light right here. You want about 1.5 feet clear on either side and about 3 feet clear in front of it. Again, the charging receptacles are right there. So you're simply gonna take the robot and put it on the dock like that. And that's gonna turn the robot on. We're gonna scan that QR code with our phone in the Roborock app to connect it. Now, there are some shortcomings I can tell you already about this. The mop pad being wet by gravity is not the best. And it will continue to drip there, so you got to get to it right away. This is kind of awkward, emptying it yourself and having to take a filter off. But I love that it has LIDAR navigation. Again, this is their older line. It's going to be around for a while. No one ever discontinues anything, it seems like. They just lower the price, and then a bunch more sell. Okay, there's a white light. Let's just push it on. This should turn it on. And there was a piece of tape on the bottom of that docking station, like 2-sided tape to help keep it in place. These should turn on. Should see some lights here. Or I may have to turn it on myself. Sometimes you just gotta be patient. Oh yeah, it did it itself. Just be patient. All right, let's get the app and scan. Charging. Okay, it played a tune and says charging. We're in the Roborock app. We're gonna hit the plus button. That you have to give it access to your camera. We're gonna go down here. I do like how easy these are to set up. We're gonna press and hold the spot clean and the dock for 3 seconds. The two outer buttons. Until you hear setting Wi-Fi. Okay. All right, click this little box. I nixed. Select your Wi-Fi. It only works on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Enter your password. Okay, so now you're going to connect to the device's Wi-Fi. You should get a pop-up, say join. The robot transmits a Wi-Fi. This device has to connect to that Wi-Fi, and then it should disconnect and reconnect back to your own Wi-Fi. This usually works. It's pretty automated. Yeah. To Wi-Fi. Stand by. All right. Looks like everything's working. The robot's talking to us. Wi-Fi connected. All right. That was super easy. Now there might be an update, and we'll go through the settings. Enter device. There we go. Agree to the legal information. Walk through these settings. They're usually pretty important, but you can get to them later in the settings. I have carpet, I have multi-level, that's good. Do not disturb is on by default, I like that. I'm gonna turn mine off, but you leave yours on. Map savings on by default, that's good. Okay. No map found, so we need to do quick mapping. If something may pop up here, but let's go into settings. You don't have to do this, I'm just gonna make sure it's got the latest updates. Firmware updates, I'm gonna turn that on. It looks like it's up to date. 2.4.66. Okay, they usually don't update these simpler ones too very often. Okay, so there it is. Quick mapping. Let's get started. Starting mapping. It's going to undock itself. It's going to randomly go through your house. I should have disconnected that mop pad. That helps. Pause. That helps. It just helps so it doesn't have to go over carpet with it. Continue mapping. And it's going to make a really cool map. So it's really cool to watch it in live as it makes the map. When I first saw this, I was so amazed. Now it's pretty routine, but I still love it. Open your doors, put your furniture back where it normally goes, and it should have a successful mapping. Okay, let's go through. It's done mapping. Click adjust. You can give it a room name right there, or rename the map. Let's edit rooms. So you may have a bunch of rooms already. I just closed some doors because I wanted to hurry up and do it. But let's divide this big room. Now, if that line is dotted, it's not going to divide it. So you can move it down. I like that you can pinch and zoom. Let's do over here. So it's not going to let me divide. There. Now it's solid. Now I can divide that room. And then we'll name the rooms. I like that it gives different colors. Let's give that room a name. Room already exists. All right, we can merge rooms and we can name them and divide. That's it. Now let's edit surface material. So this is going to be really important since this does not have a carpet sensor. You are going to have to tell it where the carpet is. And here's, so let's just go back. I was a little fast. So floor type, select the room. I want to go, so this one is horizontal or vertical. So, well, I picked the wrong, but yeah. That does have some vertical, but I need to do that a little better. So this one over here, floor type, this room, and it's horizontal. Okay, there. Now I do have carpet right here, so I would want to make that a separate room where the carpet is. Thresholds, I can't imagine this thing doing anything over a threshold. There's no lift. I don't know what it would do when it come up across a threshold. But you can add them. I'll have to play around with that. I edit furniture. You can play around with this later. I don't put the furniture in my maps. No-go zone. Okay. I was hoping for a no mop zone. Huh. Interesting. So I know it's going to struggle over here in this area right here. Okay. And you can put an invisible wall. If you don't want it to go into another room, you can put an invisible wall. It's a line. So this one may not get adjusted add sticker seal of approval because of this carpet. They basically took a vacuum robot and tried to stick a mop pad on it. I don't agree with this philosophy because it makes it more complicated. So you're going to have to be very diligent in dividing up your rooms. And then when you put the mop pad on it, you're going to have to tell it to mop certain rooms only because you can't put a no mop zone. Okay, let's fill this up. It doesn't hold a whole lot of water. And you're going to want to wet the mop pad. So get it nice and wet, but not, you have to kind of wipe it off a little bit. Now I do like that I don't have to undock it to install everything. All right, mop pad's installed. It didn't say it was. I don't know if it knows that the mop pad's installed or not. Yeah, there's no technology to identify. There's no technology to identify the mop pads installed. So, and you're not doing anything. So we're back to, you've got your rooms, your everything. I forgot how basic this one was. This is Roborock's super basic mopping one. I don't approve of the mopping. So you say you want to start cleaning. I've got the mop pad installed. There is no, it's only suction power you adjust. You don't adjust the water, which we kind of knew that, but there's nothing to tell it mop and vacuum. It just doesn't know that the mop pad's installed, which is okay. But you're gonna have to be you cannot do a whole house clean if you have carpet, rugs, anything. See, there's not even, you can't even, say I do have a rug right here. I would have to put a if I put a no-go zone, it's not going to vacuum it. I don't like that. No. I should be able to put a no mop zone. But let's move on. Let's see how well it cleans. This may work for some people, but there's better ones out there I don't know what the price point's going to be. End up being on this $230, but that Mova S10 Plus over there is a much better one. And this Q10 S5 is better. You know, even in some aspects, the Roomba 105 might be a little better. I hate to say that, but it's $300 and it's got a carpet sensor on it. It does the same thing. It drags the mop pad. I never thought I would say that. The Roomba 105 Plus mop is better than the Roborock Q5 Pro. Okay, the Q5 Pro is going to undock and it's going to travel to that room to start mopping. Now again, it will have to mop along the way to get to that room. And there is a piece of carpet up here, so it is going to mop that carpet. Okay, we're going to see how the Roborock Q5 Pro does with obstacle avoidance and these muddy paw prints. Now it is able to go under some furniture. Again, it doesn't have very good obstacle avoidance. It's doing a pretty good job of vacuuming and mopping. Yeah, it's not going to sense that toy.
Pause.
I got to get the toy out of the way. Okay, now let's tell it to go again.
Resuming selective cleaning.
Okay. I should have had it do 2 passes. On the second pass, it would have went this direction and got a little bit more. But let's go check its dustbin and the mop pad. Now again, it doesn't have a carpet sensor, so on its way back to the docking station, it will go over carpet with a wet mop pad. All right, here it's going back to the docking station. It's going to keep it charged.
Charging.
Okay, I've got to go down here. There's the dustbin.
Ooh.
Yeah, it did a pretty good job. Got a lot of those long hairs. Let's take the mop pad off. Now again, this will continue to leak here if I leave it, but yeah, not too bad actually. I got to be sure and get this off right away or the rest of that water could leak out of there. Let's tilt it over. Let's see how the long hairs. There's the side brush. Now we are starting to get a little bit of hair wrap right here. But those do come off. You will have to do some maintenance on this once in a while. And did we get a little bit of hair wrap over here? No, just on that one side. So yeah, this all comes apart for easy maintenance and cleaning. Again, so that did put on a pretty good show. It's just going to be too cumbersome to do this. There's easier robots. It's hard for me to explain there's easier robots out there. While this one didn't do that bad of a job, they're just completely disregarding the mop pad as far as in the app on when it's installed on the robot. You know, all these other robots, they know when their mop pad's installed. You can put no mopping zones. That's the way to go. This is just too old of a robot. But vacuuming, it's actually pretty decent. You'll just have to be very careful with the mopping feature. Again, right now, I'm really recommending the Mova S10 Plus. This thing's like 240 bucks, and it's amazing. So again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. Just kind of a quick video. This is not going to be high on my list, and I'm glad I did this detailed review. I've done the Q5 Pro, I think, with the self-emptying base, and I just kind of forgot. I'm getting into this whole new lineup, and I got to start with ones I don't have. So I will be getting all the new ones. If Dream releases a new line, if Mova releases a new line, I'll get them too. So again, I do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.